And there was a lot of English girls that went with Americans because they had the money, they could get this, they could give them this, they could give them so many things that they didn't get. And of course, with the war being on, you can't get so many things that you'd like. Well, the Americans were there to get them, and there was so many girls that fell for this, and which is fine if that's, you know. But there was a lot of girls that came over that, in my thinking, that's all they came over for. And a lot of them were disappointed when they did come over here, and they went back. And I think, gosh, if that's all you went over there for, you shouldn't have made the effort in the first place. The first time he came home from over there, my mother had the flu and she was in bed, and I had my hair in curls, pins, and I knock at the door because I was getting tea ready, and opened the door, and it was a gentleman at the door. He said, "Is this Sylvia Carrier live here?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "There's an American up the street," he said, "that's looking for your place." He said, "Your house is in front of a lamp." Well, there was 2 lamps in the street. Mine was the second one. So here I bustle and hustle to get my hair out of the curls. My mother's sick in bed. And here comes Louis. Of course, I'm not sure, we'd gone off rationing, but there was still some things that were tight, very hard to get. And here comes Louis with this big duffel bag full of everything. Canned goods, chocolates, cigarettes, everything. And our faces were just like Santa Claus, or Father Christmas as we call him, came. And it was just great. Of course, my sister fell in love with him, of course. And in October of '48, the whole base was shipped back to the States. And he'd sent me a telegram, which Mother opened and brought to the factory where I worked. And she just came running through the factory waving the telegram and telling me that Louis had come back to the States. And that he would, if I wished to still stay in England, he would understand. Otherwise, he would send for me to come to the States, which he did. And I just didn't come to the States to turn around and go back. So I've been here for 54 years.
What was your reaction when
Big.
you first saw Nebraska?
Big, flat, big and flat. Never lived on a farm in my life. The only place I thought I knew where a pork chop came from was on the plate. Never lived on a farm or anything.
Well, so what was your reaction to farming?
Oh, no modern conveniences, for one thing, but you have to get used to them, or that's it.
By modern conveniences, you mean that you all of a sudden were using an outhouse?
He had to go with me because I wouldn't go alone at night. And then a pump in the kitchen for the water, and 2 pans of no running water, and a big, huge stove with a fire in it. They cooked on and used that mostly for heat. But it was very nice. The family was very nice. I was the big sister to 5 cousins of his, and they just made me feel so at home that I just felt like one of them. They're a wonderful family, still are. And they used to watch me, and I would just, I would be watching them. But it was just, they were so natural. And you know, the girls and I would just sit around and talk, and they'd ask me questions. It seemed like they were asking me questions. I was trying to answer, telling them what we did over in England, and it was wonderful, really was. There's so much more freedom over here. It is wonderful for people. Freedom of anything, freedom of speech, freedom to do most anything you wish.